I am the voice of Snowbird Nation, Mike Searcy.
Welcome back to our series for pay-to-play leads. In this video, Dr. Mike is going to take us through certain scripts and what to say to our pay-for-play leads when you finally get them on the line. Mike, take it away.
Because all you want to do is get them thinking that Mike the Realtor is my contact.
Right. Awesome.
Okay, let's time back in. Okay, so what I'd like to do, you've inquired about this particular house. What I'd like to do is set up a time for you to go see that house. When are you available that I might be able to set up that house and perhaps a couple houses like it? And then what I will do is confirm with the sellers that appointment time is available, and I will get back to you. Time out. So what you've just done in this thing is when we find out, I'm confirming with the sellers. Oftentimes, the people who are going into Realtor.com or Zillow or Trulia or Redfin or all these other sites, they seem to believe that they are contacting the they seem to believe they are contacting the listing agent. I'm not going to go out of my way to tell them otherwise, unless, of course, they ask me directly. If they don't ask me directly, I'm not going to tell them. So having said that, I word it as I want to confirm with the sellers. Who are you really confirming with? Showing time?
Yeah.
The listing agent? But what you're doing when you do that is you're confirming with the sellers. So right. It isn't, you're not misleading them, because the sellers have to be in the loop for any appointment. So you're confirming with the sellers. If I said, let me confirm with the listing agent, you just blew it. If I said, let me confirm, because you're just now announcing you're a third party. And I don't want them thinking that we're a third party, at least not until they like me. I've built rapport and they trust me. Then if it's like, oh, did we not make that clear? Whatever it might be. Okay, and so I want to specifically work with them. So having said that, let's move back. All right, so when is a good time for me to call you back? Would an hour work? So I have time. Yeah, an hour works. Great. Is this the best number to call you back at? Yes, this is the best number. Fabulous. Remember, it's Mike the Realtor. And let me just go ahead and say, all those other numbers that are calling you, you are welcome. And I'm telling you this as your premier, Realtor.com premier agent. You are welcome to ignore them. It's okay. Give them permission. You are welcome to ignore them. It's okay. There is not going to be any problem with that. I will call you back in about an hour. If I promise to call back in an hour, I need to call back in a half an hour. Under promise, over deliver. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find out everything I can about that house and find 2 or 3 other houses like it, so that at least I have 2 or 3 other houses like it that are ready to go, that they don't even know about, that are on the market, that are in the area and meet similar criteria. And I might ask them, depending upon where that conversation is going, if they start being more talkative, stay on the line. If they're being more talkative because they're now starting to make a connection with you, stay on the line. Don't get off the line. Don't exit the line fast. Get off the line. Start finding out. Ask more questions. Because, all right, so what is it are you looking for? What prompted you to specifically go after that, to ask for information on that house in general? Is it the area? Is it the size of the house? Is it the land? Is it the town? Is it the amenities? Is it the fact that it has or doesn't have a pool? Is it the fact that it's an HOA? Is it the fact that it's not an HOA? Is it the fact that it has an RV gate? Is it the fact that you can park your extra toys there? Is it the fact that it has a 5-car garage? Is it what is it? Ask them those questions to get a better idea and understanding of what they're looking for, And now you can, and then you can also say, if this conversation is going even better, you can also say, tell you what, did you know that Realtor.com is actually syndicated from the MLS, the multiple listing service? And the multiple listing service is the system that only realtors have direct access to, but I can actually give you access as well. Would you like that? Sure. Okay. All right. Because, you know, Realtor.com, oftentimes those listings are syndicated up to 24, 48, sometimes 72 hours later than what happens in the MLS. I want to get you access to these listings as soon as they potentially come available. Now I ask them size of house, location, bedrooms, et cetera, because now I want to actually set up, I'm going to set you up with a search. And when you get this search, you have to opt in. So would you go ahead and opt in for me as soon as you get this, so I know that I've done it correctly? I'd certainly appreciate that. Now you got somebody in the MLS and you got somebody on a search. So now you also have somebody who's going to start looking at your listings, and that's what you want. Or listings that come from you. All right. I'm going to go find this, and I'm going to call them back and tell them, hey, great news. That property is available at, you know, X time. What time would you like to specifically go see it of these choices? I've also arranged this house, and this house to go into as well, because they meet similar criteria. Does that work for you? You've just gone above and beyond. By the way, what other houses are you actually inquiring about? Catching this? What other houses are you inquiring about on Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Redfin? I mean, we know that's happening. So, you know, let me go ahead and check those as well. Okay, those are great houses, I'm sure. Let me check those as well. So I'm on the computer and I'm checking right now. Great, I can add that to our tour list. I can add that to our tour list. I can add that to our tour list. That one's already under contract. I'm afraid that one's not available. What I'm doing, time out. What I'm actually doing here goes against the grain of what most real estate basic training is teaching you. Most real estate basic training is going to say, I'm not showing anybody any homes until I have a buyer's interview, till I check to see if they have a realtor, and we've got, you know, I know if they're pre-qualified. What you're actually saying is, I'm not showing anybody these houses, I'm not working with these leads, and I don't want any business. I got news for you. When they're when they're inquiring about any of these houses, they're ready to go see them, whether or not they're qualified. My suggestion to you is this: follow up and go see them, because it's a job interview. Every time you get to go see a house like this, it's a job interview. Will you find people who already have agents? Yes. Ultimately, though, if you make a great impression, who would they rather work with? You went out of your way. Have I had other people abandon their agents, tell their agents they're not working hard enough for them and come see me? Yes, I have, many times. Because I'm there, I'm ready, I'm working for them, and I'm showing them how to actually go about this. So that's what I do if I get them on the phone. If I get voicemail, I'm going to have a script already prepared. Hi, this is Mike Searcy, your Realtor.com premier agent, returning your call about the inquiry you just made on Realtor.com just a few moments ago. I'd like to see if we can set up a time for you to go see that property. You notice I'm not mentioning the actual property. I'd like to set up a time for when we can go get you into that property so that you can have a good look at it and see if it's right for you. Please return my call or text me if it's more convenient for you. Or you're welcome to email me at mike@snowbirdnation.us. Looking forward to hearing from you. Hope to talk to you soon. I'm going to do essentially the same script every time, because I want them to remember the cadence of the voicemail etc., for them to keep saying, oh, there's that guy again. There's that same guy who keeps calling us back. Eventually, it's like, why don't we talk to the guy who's persistent? Because this person we're talking to now didn't give us the MLS listings, didn't give us, all these other things that they may have promised. So those are the scripts. And I'm going to keep doing those scripts again and again until I get to maybe eventually, hey, I'm just checking in, see if you're still looking for a house. Because eventually after the week, and I'm now doing once a week for the next 3 months, I flipped the script a little bit. Hi, this is Mike Searcy with YourRealtor.com Premier Agent. You had inquired some time ago about a particular property. I'm just curious as to whether or not you're still on the market. If you are, there are some great properties that have just come up. I'd like to present them to you. Do you have a few moments? Give me a call back, or you're welcome to text me, or I'm certainly happy to get an email, whatever's most convenient for you. Invite them to contact you. Now, you're only going to get 1 or 2 things when and if they're ready. Don't call me again. Okay, you're good. They're not your client.
Yeah.
Or, yes, I'm ready. Please send me information on. And then that's an invitation to a conversation. Those are the scripts. They're pretty simple, but you got to be consistent and you got to be persistent.
Yeah. Those are the 2 keys right there that I got from this: consistency and persistence. Just those 2 right there is going to drive these leads. Pay for play.
During the next segment, let's talk about what do you do when you go out on that interview.
Nice.
Thank you for joining, everybody.
Hey, just a quick note. If this video resonated with you and you happen to be a real estate agent or interested in becoming a real estate agent, please reach back out to the person who shared this video with you. And if you don't have somebody who shared this video with you and you just happen to find it, then reach out to us, the number's below, and let us know that you saw all of this on SBN and Snowbird Nation, because we'd love to talk to you about joining us where your real estate dreams take flight.